Hey everybody. Hi. Happy Friday. Oh my goodness, how are y'all doing today? So today we're going to talk about Pinterest. So why is Pinterest such a big deal? Well, I'm going to tell you why, because Pinterest is hot. It is where a lot of people spend time. Uh, I can literally spend hours on Pinterest, just like YouTube. I can spend hours on YouTube. The time just gets away from me. And, back in the day, and I say back in the day, but I'm only talking like 5, 10 years ago, I used to go to Pinterest all the time and for inspiration. I needed to remodel my basement in Colorado. So I was getting remodeling ideas. A friend of mine wanted my help for a birthday party for her niece. So I'm on Pinterest looking at children's birthday parties. So there's lots of information that you can find on Pinterest. And I think a lot of people use it for that. But now, as a business owner, it's much more than that. There are literally millions of people out there on Pinterest. So as a business owner, why wouldn't you want to be in the middle of that? Of course. So I'm going to give you 4 reasons for lead generation on Pinterest. And let me tell you, you're going to want to stick around because number 4, it will blow your mind. Okay, I'm going to tell you that. I'm throwing that little teaser out there. Number 4, it blew my mind when I heard it. So you're going to want to hear number 4. So number 1 is Pinterest is the place to go for information. Facebook and Instagram are great platforms. They're social media platforms, and these are platforms that you use to build and maintain your relationships. So as an Avon representative, that is very important. You want to maintain those relationships. It's the place you go to see what your family's been up to all week. Okay, now Pinterest isn't for that. Pinterest is a visual search engine. Google is a search engine. YouTube is a search engine. And, back in the day, YouTube was for entertainment. When it first came out, it was for entertainment. Now, that's where you go to find how-to videos. Pinterest is the same thing. When it came out, it was the place you went to get inspired, to find fashion, to find remodeling ideas. Now, this is where people go to get information of how to do things. So again, you want to be there. In fact, I just posted something the other day that said that 82%, that's 8 out of 10, oh my goodness, 8 out of 10 weekly users, Pinterest, the active users in Pinterest, they buy off of the Pinterest platform. So again, why wouldn't you want to be there? So that's number 1. This is where people go to get information when they're looking for something. Number 2 is the organic traffic. Organic traffic is phenomenal on Pinterest. If you don't know that, you need to look at your pins and look at the analytics of your pins. But what you need to think of is that Pinterest is all about visualization. Okay, images is what attracts people. Images and videos. I'm trying to get my water in. Okay, do an experiment. When you're on Facebook, get your phone and you got your thumb and you're scrolling through Facebook. If there was a post that just had like 1 or 2 sentences and that's it, would you stop to read that? Maybe it depends on who it was from. But if it had an image and you're scrolling, you might go, especially if it was an image that caught your attention, then you're going to stop, look at that image, and look what was written. The image or the video is what catches your eye. Well, that's what Pinterest is all about. Now, of course, there's challenges with that because a lot of people know that now. So you got to make sure that your images are images that are going to be eye-catching. Okay. So number 3, is the analytics. I kind of alluded to that just a few minutes ago. The analytics are incredible. You can look at the performance of each of your pins and see how many impressions are they getting, or how many people are they in front of. Number two, how many people look at it and click on it for a closer look, and then number three, how many people actually click on it, the link, to go to your website. You can look at that and see. And of course, those link clicks, those are the most important ones. So see which ones are getting attention and which ones are not getting attention. And you can do the same thing with your board. You can look at your board performance. You can look at your pen performance. And as a side note, I'm going to tell you this as a side note, a lot of Avon reps will use the stock product photos that's on their Avon website as an image to post in Pinterest. Don't do that. Literally hundreds of them are out there and they're not getting any attention. You can try it, but I'm telling you, it's not going to get that much of attention because they've seen them. Okay. And Pinterest isn't going to promote it because Pinterest wants unique images. Okay, they want unique images. They don't want the feed to be filled with the same images over and over and over again. They want uniqueness. So keep that in mind. You can look at the age groups. You can look at demographics. So, I mean, there's a lot of information that you can get out of the analytics, but that is really important because it tells you what works and what doesn't work. So I had someone tell me, I've been posting on Pinterest, but I haven't gotten any sales. Well, I'd be interested to know what your analytics say. Take a look at your pins and see how they're doing, and see which ones are working, which ones are getting impressions, which ones aren't getting impressions or clicks. And if they're not getting very many clicks, then you need to change your images. You need to look at what you're pinning and how you can make it different. Now, one way, real quick, one way to make them different is take that product and think of a couple keywords. If you were to search for that product on Pinterest, how would you search for it? So put those search keywords in there and see what comes up. Now you can see the sea of images that come up for those keywords for that product. Now, how can you make your pen look different than what you see in front of you? Just a little tip there. The fourth one, and I promised this was going to be a doozy. So number 4. Wow. Number 4 is longevity. Okay. If we're going to spend time creating images, we want it to work for us, right? We spend time optimizing Facebook, our blogs, and even our Pinterest account, and optimizing pins. But we need to optimize ourselves too. When you tweet on Twitter, it literally lasts minutes and then it's gone in the feed. If it's viral, it might last some hours. On Facebook and Instagram, your posting could be out there for hours. And if it's viral or a really good posting, it could be out there for 24 hours, a day, or maybe even a couple days, which is awesome. But on Pinterest, are you ready? On Pinterest, is the suspense killing you? On Pinterest, if it's a good pin, it can last up to 4 years. That's right. You heard me right. Up to 4 years. OMG. I could not believe it. I could do the work, create a pin, and it could be out there for 4 years. Even if it was out there for 2 years. How awesome is that? that you do the work and your work is out there. Work in it. Work in your business for a couple of years. That is so awesome. So, if you don't have a Pinterest account, go get one and pay attention to what you're pinning. Okay? Don't just throw stuff out there. Take a minute and think about it. And when you write and you add product tags, make sure you add the right product tags and, make it a quality pin, because the better the pin, the longer it's going to be out there, and you have improved chances of getting it in front of more people. So, okay, well, there you have it. You got 4 reasons for lead generation. You have, it's a place where people go to get information. The organic traffic, it's a visualization. And number 3, you got all the analytics that are going to tell you what's working and what's not working. And number 4, if you pin it right and you pin something good, it could be out there for years. So I hope y'all have a great Friday and a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next week.